everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. In today's lesson, we are going to look at because, but, and so. These are conjunctions that appear very frequently in reading, especially in writing and in our speech. Because we use it to explain why something is true. It also tells us why. Here's an example. School buildings are closed because the coronavirus is spreading. But we use but to describe a change in direction. Here's our example. School buildings are closed, but school is happening online. So it tells the result of something, right? It's the cause and the effect. What happens first and what happens second, kind of like before and after. So here's our example. School buildings are closed, so we will continue to learn online. Important things to remember: because, but, and so go in the middle of the sentence. So I know in the previous lessons that we worked with subordinating conjunctions, we put the subordinated conjunctions at the beginning of the sentence. Here, we put them in the middle. Commas are placed before but and so. So is not a qualifier. So is used to introduce the effect. For example, I love you so much. No, that's a qualifier. And she is so happy. Okay, this is not what we're talking about. We're using so to introduce effects and not as a qualifier. Let's practice. We're going to talk about profit. The business made a profit because, so now we have to finish that sentence. The business made a profit, but the business made a profit, so. Let's complete these sentences together. The business made a profit because many people have been ordering online. The business made a profit, but they don't have enough employees to mail the orders. The business made a profit, so they will hire new employees. Because tells us the reason, it's the why. The but is the change in direction. They made a profit, but on the other hand, they don't have enough people that work for them. And so is to tell us the effect. So the business made a profit, so they will hire new employees. Let's look at another example. People exercise because, people exercise, but, people exercise so. People exercise because they want to stay in shape. People exercise, but they can get injured. People exercise so they take the risk to be healthy. Let's look at another example. And this time you are going to pause and do it, and then we'll come back and I'll share my answers with you. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation because Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, but Abraham Lincoln signed Emancipation Proclamation so. So pause and complete these sentences. Okay, let's go over it. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation because the Union wanted the enslaved to fight in the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, but he believed the enslaved should return to countries in Africa. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, so the enslaved were free in the South. So now we're going to practice identifying the mistakes. We have some sentence frames on hurricanes. Hurricanes are dangerous because, hurricanes are dangerous but, hurricanes are dangerous so. Hurricanes are dangerous because, be prepared to evacuate. Hurricanes are dangerous, but people can prepare for them. Hurricanes are dangerous, so they have extremely high winds and cause heavy rainfall. So let's look at which sentences are correct and which sentences are incorrect. Hurricanes are dangerous because be prepared to evacuate. That doesn't sound right. That's incorrect. And that's incorrect because it's not telling us the reason why hurricanes are dangerous. Hurricanes are dangerous, but people can prepare for them. That sounds like a change in direction. They're bad, but you could do something to make sure that you don't die in a hurricane. Hurricanes are dangerous, so they have extremely high winds and cause heavy rainfall. This doesn't tell me the effect of that. Okay, so this is also incorrect. So the correct order would be hurricanes are dangerous because they have extremely high winds and cause heavy rainfall. We said the second one was correct. And then the last one, hurricanes are dangerous, so Be prepared to evacuate. John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s because John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s, but John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s. So what's the mistake? John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s because Black people were disenfranchised. John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s, but Black voices could be heard. John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s, so voting rights are still suppressed today. Okay, so the first one is correct. That makes sense. That tells us the reason why John Lewis was fighting. However, the next two seem a little wonky. Okay, so John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s, but Black voices could be heard. He was fighting for Black voices to be heard, and because they weren't, so that's wrong. And then the last one, so voting rights are still suppressed today. That doesn't make any sense, okay? So we need to fix that. We know the first one is correct. John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s, but voting rights are still suppressed today. And then the last one, John Lewis fought for voting rights in the 1960s so that Black voices could be heard. You're going to practice identifying which of these conjunctions fit each sentence in the You practice. So you're going to head over to the Microsoft form and practice. Pause. Now that you're back, let's recap. Because, but, so are conjunctions to connect ideas in sentences. They go in the middle of the sentence. Because gives us the reason, but shows a change in direction, so connects the cause and effect. I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. Peace.